Come here.
What happened?
There's a green tree snake here.
Wow. I wonder where it went.
It was in there. I just went in and just went to grab those.
How do you know it was not a deadly one?
No, it's green with the yellow underneath.
Oh,
like
how
green.
beautiful.
Yeah, harmless. He was sitting up in here. So I was pulling out all stuff here, so he's gone. I touched him right here. I was like, what?
Oh, wow.
Hey,
Oh, you're already pulling stuff out, are you?
I'm pulling this whole corner out.
So is this where... So this has all been overgrown, and is that still kind of pushing down towards the pool?
Yeah.
And this is where our... Woo! Are you alright? Geez, you've had a few adrenaline rushes in the last couple of days. Oh, there's a power point there.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be able to charge your phones.
Oh, where'd he go? That was so cool.
So up here is where we're just going to have like a little seating area. And those big trees there, they're the ones that are coming out on the right, yeah? These ones here on the right are coming out?
Yeah, they're nearly at the end of their life anyway.
Yeah.
No, they're, yeah. Those, what do you call them again?
Are they banana palms?
No, they're, Tropical Paradis.
Oh, yeah. But they've actually they've grown down there, yeah?
Come on, snake, go away.
You're not going to hurt him, are you?
No, I just want him to move on peacefully. He'll go down into here somewhere.
Yeah, he's already probably gone.
Oh, he frightened me.
Wow. So this is where we're going to have a little sitting area, and then that's all going to be gone. What about those big leaves that are coming out of the ground?
They're staying, some of those.
Yeah.
Just the trees themselves. They will turn into that in a long time.
It's interesting how that works, isn't
But
it?
I'll leave those for now. I think I'll take out a lot of this shrub, get a bit more sun in here.
Yeah, because you kind of got the gap up there,
See,
space
look at that
up
now.
there.
This is all in shade because of these things, so we need to clear this area to look down on the pool.
Yeah.
Wow, that was green as green and yellow belly.
Oh, how beautiful! I hope we get to see it. So we went to the plant store yesterday, and the lady was so nice. She sort of gave us a bit more of an idea on what the different palms are. I don't really understand, but Mark was listening. But one of the things that she did say was that those big trees there, kind of at the end of their life, so they're okay to come out. But because we've got the leaves there, they'll grow up. She also did say that the reason why a lot of people leave them is because they're a really good windbreak. So particularly when there's cyclones, they will help protect your house, which is funny because I would have thought that would be the reason why you take them out. But it's actually the opposite with these big palms, block the wind from taking your house. So that was interesting.
Thin out this area, thin all this out, work out what's here, move rocks to where I need them to be.
Yeah.
I'll leave a few of these things.
And this is going to be...
A lot of that's going to go though.
Because like how cool is it just looking up there? I just love every part of this property. It's so cool. And so if you're sitting down here, you're overlooking the pool.
Yes.
And then we're going to have a little bit of a sitting area over there too. Not too big, but just like, yeah.
Which I don't know what's in here. Could be all beautiful rockery.
Yeah. And what are these ferns?
I don't know what they're called, just a standard fern.
And so you're going to pull out some of those?
I'm going to pull out a lot of it, not all of it. It holds the earth together.
Oh, okay. Okay. Snakey, snakey.
I hate cutting trees.
I know, it hurts your heart, doesn't it? But you have to cut them because they just, in the tropics, they just grow so fast.
It's off its head in here.
Yeah.
This hasn't been cleaned up for years. Everything's just got to be taken back.
But so you actually felt the snake.
I touched it with my hand.
What did it feel like?
Oh, I just could never.
Wow. How epic. Not that I want to touch a snake, but
I've been cautious. I thought they'd be around.
yeah.
Green
We don't want to upset it. We want it to stay here. What about, have you seen any green tree frogs? Well, you're the one that's seen it. It has been 6 months. I haven't got to see one yet either. I'd really love to see a green tree snake.
It'll be around. hiding out now.
Yeah. What do they eat?
Got frogs and shit up there.
Oh. Okay, well let me know if anything else exciting happens, okay? It's been 3 months since we've moved into this tropical paradise. I'm still not sure if we're gardening or if we're just surviving. So we moved from Geelong right down south on 2.5 acres. Now that 2.5 acres was like farm paddocks and it was just like barren. There was no trees. So we spent the last couple of years planting all these trees. To now living in a full-blown tropical jungle. Or maybe not full-blown, probably exaggerating that a little bit, but you know what I mean? And in the last 3 months, the garden just has not stopped growing. Now that we've been here for a little while, you kind of get to understand what you want from your garden. It also does rain a lot, but talking to more and more people, Mark is really into all this, by the way. He's learning more about what plants, and we had a bunch of plants that we wanted to put in from home because, you know, there's certain trees that you see when you come up north that you don't see down south because they're here for the climate. Coming from Victoria where the garden barely grows, basically you have to water it so much and it's completely dry all through summer, like dry and dusty. And then you land in North Queensland or anywhere up north and it feels like you're landing in a completely different country, but it feels like you're walking into a greenhouse. Everything here is just so sweaty and it rains all the time. It's always so damp and wet. Everything just grows so fast. I thought today, since we've been here for a little bit now, I might give you a bit of a tour of the outside and what we're planning on doing with the garden. So we've got a few different kind of gardens because in this area, a lot of the land is kind of fairly steep. We're not in a flat area, which is great because not being on a flat area means that we have that amazing view. But the backyard is quite huge. As you can see, it kind of goes all the way from over there all the way around there. That is quite a project in itself, let alone the maintenance that's required at the pool and what we need to do there. But I'll just talk about the garden today. We are so lucky that we've got this beautiful big gum tree. I think it might be called a ghost gum, but it is so precious to me. Luckily it's not blocking any of our view. And it's been an ongoing thing with Mark and I because it's probably really not that safe, but the thing is that's the tree that all the birds come to, and to me it's just beautiful. But as you can see, there's kind of a fair bit of it that does actually hang over, so it's really not ideal for, you know, this kind of weather, particularly if we get like a bit of wind and a cyclone. And it is a bit windy today too. See if you look how beautiful that tree is. It just frames, I think, our view beautifully. This tree here is on our property and I think that might need to go. It looks like it's kind of got a bit of a crack in the bottom there. And there's some others there as well. That one over there behind it. That one has also got termites. No snake? No snake? Down in like our little area here that there is no fences. A lot of the normal residential houses have got fences, so we've got a few fences down the back there, but no fences on the boundary. The neighbours have already said to us that, you know, don't worry if your dog comes onto our property. We like dogs, but it's not that. It's the fact that she could just, if she's down here, she could just take off anywhere. Not that she really would, but it's not really about that. It's just, you know, making sure that she's safe. So with our property, like you can't really come down here because the driveway part there is so steep. It's not really a driveway. There's actually big boulders up there. I'll show you that in a second. But when Mark whippersnipped all this part here, he realised there's a couple of flat areas. So there's one flat area there. And also there's a lot of rocks on the ground as well. So he's just been kind of getting any rocks that he sees down in the flat areas and putting them up here. So eventually this wall there will be full of rocks and all planted out, and then you'll have more of a flat area sitting here, and we might have a little fire pit down here as well. And then the same again for this little drop off here. That will be all rocks. You can see there's lots of rocks under there already and all planted out. And then maybe this part here might get a little bit flattened out. We're also thinking for Remy's fence. We're not sure if we're going to fence the whole property or if we're just going to fence a little section so that she's got a bit of a smaller yard that she can run around in, because she gets walked every day anyway. And if you can look a bit further there, you can see the neighbours' fences. But that down there is a drop off because that's where the natural water catchment is. So that's like a bit of an easement anyway. What I'd really love to do down there is to plant some fruit trees, and I think that's something that Mark's getting closer to being on board with. The thing is, obviously there's bats, and also if you're not using the if you're not using the fruit, then it just goes to waste. But I can't imagine us not using the fruit. So you see the big boulders up there? That's the reason why you can't come down this part here, because where that big boulder is, I think that's around about where our boundary goes. See on the ground, you know how what we're used to is there's grass, but this is all like kind of vines going all the way through, and it's all the way through on the ground.
You getting up there? That's too close to the rock. Just a little bit out.
Yeah, just a little bit out.
Just stand there still.
Because like when we would come out here, we'd walk right into that. Yeah, used to almost hit you on the head. But it will be kind of cool if I can still be standing on this to put it up.
You should be able to get most of it from the deck still.
Oh, that's what you said. I thought you meant.
You might have to go here, get a little bit, but.
Wow, pulling out all that's really opened up this area, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, and there's lots of rocks underneath there.
Yeah, I knew there'd be all rocks.
Did you find any hidden paths, by the way? Any hidden paths?
Ah.
Kinda. This is kind of like a little enclosed area. Like a little area where they probably sat before. Are you going to put rock in that little flat area there?
We're going to do, yeah, like the path.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll have a look at that. He's going to put like rock in this little area here, so that's where we can sit. And we found a power point.
Down in the pool area, they're all going to come out, and we're going to build a bit of a wall along there.
A rock wall or a timber?
And this is all going to be grass here, really nice grass.
So like all flat kind of grass?
Yeah.
No, because we've got lots of rocks in it still.
No, I'll get all that out.
See, like I love this little path around here. He's chucked all the stuff on it, but I think he's going to put like these little pebbles in there and then have a fire pit and somewhere to sit. It'll sort of be like nice and shady up there, but you can also get the sun in the afternoon because the sun basically comes up that way and goes over there. But as you can see, like it's all really like lots and lots of shade. Whilst it's cold now, in the summer, it's actually really, 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 really hot. What kind of plants are you going to put in there?
No, just one round dwelling something.
You can come out. You know where to run off though. Kat, you've got to stay in there. Out. Also guys, I'm so excited. I am probably around about 11 days off launching my new membership, which will give you exclusive behind the scenes content so that some of us ladies can have private chats, ones that we don't necessarily want there out on the open on the internet, and a monthly live Q&A in case you want to catch up and have a chat, have a wine, have a coffee. Of course, if you just want to support me and help me continue to make content on the internet here for you, I would love to have you. I will link it below so you can have a bit of a look at what the Spunk Squad will offer, and I hope to see you in there. Maybe I'll find one person that wants to join. Who cares? Anyone, if you want to, if you can or if you can't, it's all good. Don't worry. Even if you just like this video, that will make me happy. Is that all you do? So cold today that I feel like I could probably put these jumpers on. I never thought that I would need any of these clothes in up here, because like the first 3 months of being in Queensland, it was just so friggin' hot. I'm like, how could it ever be like cold enough that we're gonna need these kind of clothes? And I feel like I could definitely wear this today.
So, I'm going to put all nice thick grass in here.
Thick grass?
Yeah, like good grass.
Like what kind?
I'm not sure what grows over up here, but anyway, all that water off that roof there runs to the ground.
Oh.
We don't have storm water in the ground. Our storm water runs on the ground here.
Oh.
So it flows off that hill down these rocks.
Yeah, so you just put thick grass in here and that will capture all the water.
Join into that. Build up that lower rock, another rock, and then level it out.
So those big rocks that you've pulled out there, you're just putting over in this rock wall?
Yeah, I'm just going to bring this wall up a little bit higher. But I'm going to divert that water.
I guess that's what everyone's trying to do, is just try and stop the water keep flowing down. That little pot there? Is it a pot?
No.
What is it?
Oh.
Oh yeah, that looks so beautiful. Geez, I love the ferns.
What are you on about?
That, there.
They're just in there to stay wet. It's not a pot, you weirdo.
Okay. Are we going to take Tilly? Do you want to come? Do you want me to get steak for dinner?
We have lasagna.
No, I would have to have started lasagna 3 days ago to get lasagna. Well, one, he's moved this so you don't run into it, and two, he's taken out all that so we can have this as like a nice grass area for Remy.
He should now make a path to the pool so we don't have to go.
That is, oh well, you're going to have to go all the way around no matter what. But that's where you're going to be able to sit. Okay, bye. Bye. Hi. There is just so much of Airlie that's all still kind of bushy like that. It's not actually national park, or lots of, I guess they actually call it rainforest. Pulling a lot of it down. It's different here. If that was in Geelong or anywhere that I've ever been, it's almost like you have to get permits, but I'm just not sure if you need to get permits here for that, to pull it all down, because they're just clearing so much of it. Just up the back there though is Conway National Park, so I guess they just sort of stop there. Big grass all overgrown. That's a development property. But there's lots of development properties here that are up for sale, but no one's buying them. I guess the thing is, it's just so expensive to build at the moment, and there's so many units available for sale. And they've all got massive body corporates on them too, so it's not like they're very good investments when you've got to pay 20 grand body corporate a year. The property just here, I think it's this one here that we're just going past, and he put up on the Whitsunday chat that he lives in New South Wales, and he's come up for a visit and realised that someone had gone onto his property and knocked down all the trees. And so a lot of people are like, well, all you need to do is look behind and see who lives behind that's knocked down the trees so that they can get their view. He was like really upset, which I get it. I'd be upset too if someone came on my property and knocked down trees so that they could get their view. But in saying that too, on the other side, I'd like, if you've got trees in the way that are blocking your view, your property will sell for more, for sure. I just went to the butcher because I said, oh, I really feel like steak, because someone said to me yesterday that they were going to the pub for steak, and I'm like, now I can't stop thinking about it. Anyway, I got some steak. I also got some other things that we need too. But how funny that everything is just called something different. That this is filet mignon, which is just eye fillet wrapped in bacon, which is awesome. But I'm like, oh, do you have any scotch? They're like, oh, we call it rib fillet. So that's a Scotch. It actually looks better than a Scotch, but that's quite small actually. I got all this and it was $111. There's 4 chicken Kievs and 4 chicken schnitzels, but apparently this is the best butcher in town, so meat is just so expensive. It's unbelievable. That was $39. It's nothing them, but it's like everywhere. The worst thing about that is when you're spending so much money, like I cannot stuff the cooking of it up. Like I have to make sure it's cooked perfectly. Otherwise it's just a waste of money. One of the reasons why we were always so excited to come back to Queensland and live here was because of the tropical gardens, and definitely these lipstick palms, which we've just put these in, well, Mark's put them in, and we've had to take this big hedge out that was here because it was kind of blocking a bit of the path, and also this section here. That was really hard to pull out because it actually was quite nice, but it didn't really match the garden anyway. How good does this now look? And underneath the big hedge was these beautiful rocks. Front part of the garden is looking a little bit less full, and we're just on the market to try and find some other red plants and a bit more colour to come in here. There was a little hedge that he'd taken out over there, and he's just popped that in just there, which I think is great because then that stops anyone from kind of parking on this part of the property. This one doesn't quite look as red right now. I'm sure it will be. They're called lipstick palms. I'll put a photo in of what they look like, what they'll look like when they grow up. I think though that this part of the garden is my favourite part because look at all the beautiful plants it's got. Like, this is gorgeous. It's like it feels fake. It's in such good condition. And this one as well. And that's like the bathroom there, so I can look out onto this beautiful garden every night. It's just so special. And then obviously having this that we walk down to. The other thing is this is actually quite tame, so it doesn't really get too overgrown. Seems like it's quite easy to manage. Whereas if you look at this bird of paradise, that has just gone gangbusters. It's like just growing everywhere. I think Mark's gonna trim that back a little bit so it's not as big and bulky, because that's going to be, that down there is the area that we've been at today, and that's going to be mainly our yard. Just cute how the toilet looks out into that little garden there. Oh, Mark's done this for me as well. This is so cute. The cats have been eating the plant, like the fake plant out there that's all plastic. So I'm like, we need to get them some grass that they can chew on. Oh, look at it. I don't know where he's got this from. That looks like old school from somewhere, but he's just got this little pot today for me from Bunnings, and that's like the cat grass. So cute. Oh, thanks for spending the day with me. The garden is definitely wild, and I still have no idea what half these plants are, but that is all the fun in going to a new place and exploring new areas and experiencing new things. Slowly this jungle feels like it's getting tamed, not really by me, but I'm seeing the difference that Mark is making out there. He's definitely making it his own. Thanks for hanging out with me today in the garden and around the property, and don't forget that I've got my membership below if you feel like you want to support my content and support the channel, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.